What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of my Liverpool career mode. As you can see really quickly from the screen right now, this is basically my first game in the snow on YouTube, I think, ever. But in general, I haven't played in the snow on FIFA in so many years. I just really am not a person that likes enjoying or dealing with the weather, so I tend to just ignore it and move on. But it is what it is. I decided, why not? It's a new FIFA, new mechanics, and all this other extra stuff. Might as well try it out and see what happens. And things actually ended up going pretty well. Normally, I actually think I would have tried to find, I think that's Shaqiri on the left wing there. Um, no, it might have been a Cardi. I don't know. Point is, I would have normally tried to find a a through ball into the left side there, but this is my first time actually finding an over the top ball to Firmino or whoever happened to be the runner there, and it was definitely the right choice because I mean obviously we get a goal from it, but above all else, it's technically the better option, I'd say. Normally, I try to hold on to possession as much as possible, and even if that means having to sacrifice a counterattack, but I'm starting to see that that's really not the play for this FIFA, at least not right now. I mean, getting scored on by the computer is actually just way too easy because it's very difficult for you to actually be able to defend anything properly. And right there, terrible decision. Well, maybe, I guess, not necessarily sure how I would classify that, but yeah, it's a bad tackle from behind, last man. Of course, you're gonna get a red, and it doesn't technically change too much because they were already playing with a five-back line. So all they're gonna do, and they were just defending, of course. So all they're gonna do is just add another center back, and just play even more defensive. I guess trying to avoid as many goals scored against them as possible. Halftime stats show that we've got 8 shots with 4 on target, and very abysmal pass accuracy at 79%. But I do know that the majority of that is because of us just not really doing anything possessive this game. I was really just trying all kinds of fancy things, like right there. It's very rare for me to go for a chip shot, but I figured this is the perfect opportunity and the perfect player to go for it with, just because Salah would be known to take a chip shot right there. I'd say it's a good enough angle. It's definitely the right situation. I mean, the keeper rushed out, and he's got the technique to do it. He did it with his right foot, no less. So yeah, really, really fun goal to score right there, and that's honestly the main reason I wasn't doing well in terms of positive stats. I mean, 79% pass accuracy is just disgusting, but I was really just going for a fancy game. Earlier there was that overhead kick that I tried to score with Salah, didn't work out, but again, it is what it is. And we're just going to skip through. That is going to end the game, even though we had a whole massive amount of shots at 17 and 7 of them being on target. So not the most clinical, with only 2 goals, 84% pass accuracy, better than what we did, but still very, very low, especially to the standard that I try to hold up. Either way, not terrible. We get the win. We had fun. Good, 2 really good goals, I'd say. One a sort of volley-ish goal, and then the other just a chip goal with a bunch missed in between. Next up, though, we've got Fulham. And back to what I was saying. So, yeah, normally I'd try to play a more possessive style. It's just that it really wasn't working for me here. Or at least it hasn't been so far. Of course, I play my own career modes on the side. And, of course, I do things a little bit differently, from time to time. But I don't know. This FIFA just makes it so easy for the computer to score anything with their head against you. Or really any kind of aerial ball. It's almost near impossible to beat them in the air, and I really don't know why. And I honestly highly doubt that they're going to change that anytime soon. I really, really doubt it. It's literally the gameplay that they, I guess, envisioned, and that's about as much as it's going to go, just because, yeah, it's all they care about. Here, really good ball by Davies, beautiful cross. And Ox, of all people, is the one that's going to make it in there. I honestly thought it was going to be either Salah or Firmino, because that's who I was aiming for, but it went back post, and Oxlade-Chamberlain is going to make it 1-0. Not the goal I was expecting to score, but I'm definitely going to take it. And actually, this guy played pretty well this game, I will say. Right here, he holds possession. I don't actually remember what happens here. I want to say we actually get another goal, but yeah, there's a through ball to Dost. I think we're going to try to cut inside. Sort of, yeah. Okay, so I guess we're just going to lay off, turn, and shoot. Yeah, exactly what happens. Yeah, Salah, yet another right-footed shot goal. Exactly what I thought was going to happen, really, just watching it. I guess I just know my own playstyle better than anybody, obviously. But yeah, there it is. Very simple. Going to try to cut inside with Dost. Not the most technical player, but it'll work. It'll work. Anyways, yeah, so, Legendary and Ultimate Computer being an issue in terms of defending against them. I'm all for a computer being possessive and trying out crazy things against you, but when your guys are pretty much physically incapable of doing anything to completely counter what they're doing, there's a really big issue with that. Anyways, so 2 shots, 1 on target, 2 goals at halftime against Fulham. A very, very difficult game. Yet again, doing a little too many fancy things, and at the same time, Fulham just being extremely defensive. So, of course, it's going to be difficult to actually get anything going. We really can't get any shots off passing. They're just so defensive that eventually they're going to pick up a bad touch or just a bad pass and intercepted. But, it is what it is. I tried my best, and thankfully we do have 2 goals ahead. So it's a little bit of a cushion for the time being. Anyways, making changes. Dost is going to come off for Icardi. While I'm at it, talking about them, actually, I do think I'm going to end up selling either one or both of them come January. Or I'll just keep them and probably keep them on the bench or use them whenever need be. But they're just really not working out the way I thought they would. This team feels better with Firmino as the striker, and that's mainly because even though right now in the game or on the screen I'm using a 4-1-3-2, the formation that I used a lot last year, and is actually the formation that I finished using last year. It was like the go-to formation for me when I decided to make it up. Not invent it, but just start using it. It wasn't a thing back then. Yeah, it's working here. Of course, we're 3-0 here, 2-0 against the other team earlier in the episode. And, yeah, I mean, it was working. But, again, this is Fulham. This is a team that and the other team was a team I never heard of, really. But 4-3-3 with a defensive mid is really the way to go so far for me. And eventually I am switching to that again, I think. In this series, it's just you guys haven't seen it yet, but right now 4-1-3-2 is the formation that I've got, and it's really difficult to control the game. Even though here we are winning 4-0 now, it's just strange. It's very strange, and the 4-3-3 gives me exactly what I like in my play style. I'm able to be reckless up top. And I've got a defensive mid that's going to be able to cut things off if need be. And usually he has to be either very pacey or very strong. One of the two. Doesn't have to be both, but it can be. And yeah, anyways, with that being said, we're really just annihilating Fulham here. I'm pretty sure that's the way the game is going to end. Yes, it is. 9 shots, 5 on target, 81% pass accuracy, 51% possession. With the 4-0 scoreline, you'd think that stats were way more in my favor, but this time around, possession was not my thing, though we were pretty clinical. 4 goals out of 5 shots on target. Pretty good, I'd say. And Davies is going to pick up man of the match, and I think that's fine. He did play really, really well. But with that, as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Leave me a comment. Subscribe if you're new. That's it. Peace.